Ugh. There we go. Alright, so what I'm doing is showing off that, like, I know what I'm doing in most cases when it comes to trying to make the right sounds and things. The problem is that not only do you have to have the right pace, but you have to have the right, amount of air and input and projection, and I'm also trying to control certain mouth movements, like widening my mouth to give it a better tonality, and there's a lot of factors. So if I do these things basically exaggerated, it produces a lot better sound, but then when I go and I try to do it at, the right speed and everything else, I end up kind of jumping around in my state of focus when I'm singing, so it doesn't really work out too well. So I'm just going to go through the Let It Go song, but in a very projected and exaggerated state, to show you that, like, I know I can do that, but I can't do it all together, all at the same time, all, I guess, as like a cohesive piece of music. So we're just gonna go through this slowly so you can understand. All right. The snow glows white. Okay, see, that's bad. The snow glows white on the mountain tonight. Not a footprint to be seen. A kingdom of isolation, and it looks like I'm the king. The wind is howling like this swirling storm inside. Couldn't keep it in, heaven knows I've tried. Don't let them in. Don't let them see. Be the good boy you always have. You always have to be. Conceal, don't feel. Don't let them know. Don't let them know. Well, now they know. Well, now they know. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Can't hold it back anymore. Can't hold it back anymore. Let it go. Let it go. Let it, let it, let it go. Let it go. Turn away and slam the door. Turn away and slam the door. I don't care what they're going to say. let the let 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 the storm rage on. Let the storm rage on. The cold never bothered me. The cold never bothered me anyway. So, as you can see, basically when you go through things slowly, like I progressively get better and then get to a point where I can repeat parts because I want to make it sound a certain way. The problem is when I start projecting a lot, I have a lot of vibrato. So let it go. So I'm recently been like trying to teach myself not to have that vibrato, so it's a more flat sound. Let it go. And that takes a significant amount more, a significantly higher amount of control than it does for me normally, because I just kind of pull the sound up from my diaphragm and it just produces vibrato normally. So to produce that flat sound is a lot more basically practicing and a lot of other things that I need to figure out. So yeah, let it go. Turn away and turn away and slam the door. Slam. Turn away and slam the door. I don't care what they're going to say. Let the storm rage on. Let the storm rage on. Rage on. Now there's still like a pitch. Like even some things I'm just like not able to get, and it takes a really long amount of practice. There's like a pitch drop there when I go between those two notes. Let the storm rage. Rage on. Rage on. It's like a progression that I can't seem to get rid of in certain circumstances where I have to make certain sounds, and it's just extremely annoying to try to figure out. So and there's a lot of times just you notice me repeating like a whole segment like that. I have a special difficulty sometimes picking out certain sounds that aren't part of a sequence. So if you just when my voice teacher has to, hit a certain key on the piano, and if I try to match it, sometimes it really takes me some effort to try to get there because I have no kind of foundation. The way my mind kind of remembers things is in a pattern and in a series. So I usually try to, if I can get the right first note, then I can get the right progression of notes in a lot of cases. Sometimes I forget maybe the next note in the series or something like that. But I mean, I guess it's just the way my mind works with learning music and stuff. So let the storm rage on. The cold never bothered me anyway. The second verse is especially difficult for me because of listening. Beforehand, I listened to many different covers of Let It Go, and everybody has their own certain style. The the one guy that was mentioned in the other video, I think his name's Caleb Hayes. I don't know. His he changes octaves in the second verse from the first. He goes from the lower octave in the first verse to a higher octave, a much higher octave in the second verse. So that really kind of tainted my memory for how to do the second verse, and it's been bad because of that, because I kind of end up going all over the place. I don't get that first note right. So like the first word is it's funny how it's funny how some distance makes everything seem small, and the fears that once controlled me can't get to me at all. It's time, and I do that a lot, where I like, it's time, like I have to like, I'm not ready for certain notes, and it just takes a significant amount more effort to try to remember that stuff. Trying to sing naturally, like, as I do, comes out, like, you guys would be like, oh, you know, don't think about it so much, yada, yada, yada. It doesn't really work like that. If I don't think about it, it comes out pretty terribly. I don't do the notes right. It's almost like I'm trying to be a voice actor, like an impromptu voice actor when I sing without thinking, and it doesn't work out very well. So just simply trying to learn the techniques for keeping my pitch from sagging. You know, there's a lot of stuff that I've been learning over at least the past 9 months since I've been in voice lessons. So especially trying to keep keep consistency, and I really still don't have that amount of consistency. It's just going to take several more years of practicing to just get to the point where I can feel like I'm consistent enough to just out of nowhere, you know, on a dime, just hit the right note and hit where I'm wanting to go with that, and doing the progression correctly. So but yeah, the second verse, it's funny how some distance makes everything seem small, and the fears that once controlled me can't get to me at all. It's time to see. It's time to see what I can do to test the limits and break through. No rights, no wrongs, no rules for me. Like that, for me, I'm free. That one I have to hold back for just to get the right pitch. I'm free. Oh gosh. Yeah, that's I'm free. See, if I try to if I don't hold back to try to get the right pitch, it comes out as a completely different sound, and it's a horrible grating sound. I'm free. I'm free. Frey. I'm free. To make like that E sound is just such a difficult sound. I'm free. Let it go. Let it go. can't. Oh, and I'm one with the wind, and I am one with the wind and sky. Let it go, let it go. You'll never see me cry. You'll never see me cry. Here I stand, and here I'll stay. Let the storm rage on. My power flurries through the air into the ground. My soul is spiraling in frozen fractals all around. So when I'm like going up that sequence, like you can legitimately imagine like being on a piano or a keyboard and do and like going up the keys. Like that's I mean I kind of try to visualize either like the staff, because that's like the obviously a good visualization tool for the amount of years that a musical staff has been around for. So I try to imagine that as I'm going up those notes, and I kind of imagine the next note as relative to the previous one, since there's not really a any other basis on this, you know, imagined staff. It's not like I can imagine which exact line it's on in the actual sequence. But yeah, so see, I started off wrong, and that's when things can go haywire, is if I do that first note wrong. It can be really bad. So I have to, and the problem is that I'm not, if you compare it to speed runs, which you guys should be able to easily understand, I don't like singing in segmented speed runs. I don't like singing in segments. Like, I don't like making a compilation video of each of the best segments of the song and then putting it together and making a musical piece out of it. I want the singing to be a more natural thing where I just sing it all in one go. So that's, I mean, you guys give pretty harsh feedback when a lot of the videos and other things you'd see online, people aren't doing that. They, I mean, they go and they compose the song. I mean, it's just like making a segmented speedrun where you figure out the best places to cut segments off. In a song, you can figure out the best places to go to and then keep that as one segment of that song, and then make more segments out of it and put it all together as a single piece. I've always been more impressed with people that can actually like go through the whole song and sing it, and that's their video. Like, they're not doing any kind of movie magic behind it. So yeah, anyway, my power flurries through the air into the ground. My soul is spiraling in frozen fractals all around. And one thought I don't know if it, see, I can't remember now if it goes there, and then back up again, like, and one thought crystallizes like an icy blast. I'm never going back. The past is in the past. The past is in the past. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. And I'll rise like the break of dawn. Let it go. Let it go. That perfect boy is gone. Here I stand in the light of day. Let the storm, let the storm, let the storm rage on. The cold never bothered me anyway. The cold never bothered me anyway. Anyway. That might be a little bit, yeah, that's a little bit higher than I was doing that last note there. The cold never bothered me anyway. There we go. Oh, it's blurry. Yeah, sorry, it's all, wow, now it's just out of focus, and yeah, I have curtains back there I'm going to put up at some point. But anyway, hope you guys have better understanding that, like, I know what I'm doing, I just can't do it. Like, I mean, it's like back when I used to play, say, Dance Dance Revolution. There gets to be a point in playing Dance Dance Revolution where you can see those notes and you can understand what progression you're supposed to do with your feet, but it takes a significant number of hours, months, years, weeks, whatever, you know, any number of time measurement there, where to get your legs and your feet and your body to move in the right way to hit those things, it's not any different for singing. Your body is the instrument. You can't just pick it up like a guitar and it's in tune, and then you just need to figure out how to strum it or, you know, go through it that way. I have to shape my voice and put it into that state where it's doing the right pitch and doing all those other things, and I have to be very cognizant and listen to it. So it's simply just not as easy as other instruments, which other instruments aren't easy. I've never learned an instrument, so I don't really have that experience, but I do conceptually understand that learning instruments can be easier than learning how to sing, because you already have at least the grounds of something that is in tune and can make those, you can strum that same string and hold it in the same spot, and it will produce the same sound. I mean, there's obviously techniques for it to make it sound slightly different in there and all that other jazz, but you have a good base to start with. Singing, you really don't have that base. You have to build that up over a long period of time. So I hope that cleared up some things, and I hope the audio didn't destroy itself in this, because I mean, I can see the levels and it was like maxing out a lot, but we'll see. Whatever. Alright, see you guys.